Welcome back, friends. Lost Sky here, and it's time for us to do the third case in the Great Ep18 Chronicles, Part 2. Continue? Yep. The Return of the Great Departed Soul, Investigation Part 1. Took a little break, not the last case. Now we're doing the next case. The tower? We're doing the tower? Oh, snap.
The grand end of the century great exhibition of London. Surely there is not a soul who has failed to hear of it. Wondrous new works of culture and industry from every corner of the globe had converged on Hyde Park, welcoming over 50 million visitors. The last great hurrah of this century. Astonished and delighted people of all nations, and ended on a note of resounding success. But as regards to the terrible catastrophe that occurred during the festivities, very few are aware my friend Mr. Herlock Sholmes had a hand in unraveling the matter. For from the shadows, it was he who earnestly unearthed the facts of the case. And like the centerpiece of the great exhibition, which rose high into the skies of Hyde Park, Sholmes's brilliant deductions, as clear and lofty as the Crystal Tower itself, brought the truth to light.
We're here at the showground of the Great Exhibition, which is absolutely packed with people. The weather is unusually fine, and we're about to witness a most extraordinary scientific experiment.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 20th century will see steam engines and electrical power dominate the world.
I'm not going to recreate that voice.
Horse-drawn carts will give way to the motor car. Ships will sprout wings and take to the skies. And today, we showcase even more advanced technology. A glimpse into the future. A world first. A demonstration of my super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine.
Oh, which one of these two is about to die?
Will literally be disassembled by a pulse of high voltage electricity and beamed to another location. Whereupon his body will be reassembled by a series of complex calculations exactly as it was before.
We gonna prestige somebody? Uh-oh. He's about to get prestiged.
In but a few moments from now, this gentleman will, in the blink of an eye, complete an incredible journey through the air. To arrive an instant later on the Crystal Tower behind you! Yes.
Oh dear.
Yes!
Oh no!
Please, that's not what I wanted!
Yeah, kill the auto. Okay. Oh dear. So, what's the death? 22nd October, 9:36 a.m. Sholmes Suite. Luna, are you listening? Oh, sorry, what was that, Iris? What's the matter with you? You've been miles away all morning. Didn't you like what I cooked for breakfast? No, that's not it at all. What were we talking about again? Today's paper. It's full of news about the Great Expedition today, again. Ah, yes, the Great Expedition. The Great Exhibition. I'd like to go sometime. You're really not your usual self today. You seem very down. Don't you agree, Howie? Hmm? Did you say something, Iris? Oh gosh, you're even more down. Whoa! Oh, when did you arrive, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh my god. I've been here for about half an hour already? We had breakfast together. What? Why didn't you mention it before? I, thought you might have known I was here? You know, because... breakfast? Breakfast? Iris is quite right. You're clearly lacking in vim. So much that I didn't notice your presence. Thanks. Of course, I could deduce the reason perfectly well with some simple observations. What? Let's see. Yes, so for example, your tousled hair is this morning with all its unruly spikes. Clearly it can be deduced, therefore, that... let me stop you there, Mr. Sholmes, because I think I can see where this is going. My hair always looks like this. It always has. Ever since we first met, in fact. Oh, really? How interesting. It just doesn't look like a haircut as such, I suppose. Thanks again. It crossed my mind recently that it's been 6 months now. 6 months? Since I was forbidden from working in court. So I've been wondering how much longer I'm going to be banned. We got banned from court? Wait, because of the Baskerville case? I don't remember. Oh, well, that would explain why you seem rather glum. Don't you agree, Howie? Did you say something, Iris? Back to moping. What's the matter with Mr. Sholmes today? He seems even more down in the dumps than me. I know, and the great exhibition has opened. We think he'd be excited. Oh, why don't we all go see it together? I want to, of course I do, but I can't. Not for the time being. Why not? Why not? Why not? Because I'm a great detective after all. So you're embroiled in some tricky case that you can't be distracted from? Is that it? I don't remember hearing that you're working on a case, Howie. I suppose I should try to find out what's going on. Is there anything to examine? Let's see. No. Oh, look around this way. There we go. Doesn't look like there's anything here. Doesn't look like there's anything there. Okay, pull out, pull out. Okay, converse. Event 6 months ago. Yeah, this'll help, because I got no idea. Half a year ago now, I took on the defense of a young girl in the trial heard at the Old Bailey. What at first seemed like a simple case of murder that took place at a London pawnbrokery. Okay, it's been 6 months since then? So, is our girl coming back by now? Turned out to be one part of a much more far-reaching plot that involved the British government. During the course of the trial, it was found that I made an unavoidable, yet at the same time unforgivable mistake. What was that? Words fail me. The situation is utterly deplorable. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, my lord? I will decide upon your fate following the conclusion of this trial. Of course, my lord. They didn't explain what happened. I don't remember what we did. In the end, I had my right to represent people in court revoked. I was told I had to spend my time in research and study. So that's what I've been doing. Researching and studying this breakfast. You have, haven't you, Luna? Reading all those big fat tomes about British law up in your room. And the notes about Sholmes' old cases. Brewing Iris' special blends of tea, fetching my daily bread for me. You've become something of a manservant around here. Start on the silverware next, Master Naruhodo. I'm thinking of going to ask the powers that be to reconsider. Specifically Lord Strongheart at the British Supreme Court on Whitehall. What if they just forgot? Lord Strongheart? Ah, the delightful Lord Chief Justice. Not my favorite fellow. He's not mine either, but he's the man I have to talk to. He's the only one who can grant permission for me to start working in the courts again. I came to Britain to become the best lawyer I could. I can't do that just sitting around here. The Great Exhibition. The whole of London has been swept up in this great exhibition, hasn't it? The most advanced science, the most modern technology, the finest works of art and feats of engineering. For the next 6 months, our capital will be showcasing these things, and the world will be watching. Oh, do you know what I like to do? I like to look down on London for one of those lovely balloons. I'd like to not. Look down on? Do you mean those things fly? Yes, of course. They fly high in the sky and don't even need wings to do it. All you need is hot air. But how? How does hot air have anything to do with flying? It makes no sense. I can't understand it at all. It's counter-damageable. That's true of a lot of new scientific discoveries. Most people can't understand them at first. But in 100 years' time, all these things will just be common knowledge. I suppose they might be. Mind you, some of the science being demonstrated seems very weak and questionable. Something went wrong on the open experimentation stage yesterday, apparently. There was a huge explosion. Yeah, I wish I'd seen it, though. I'd love to see how bad some of these scam experiments really are. Oh my god. Says the innocent 10-year-old girl. See here, every page of this paper carries some article or other about the Great Exhibition. But the brighter things shine, the darker shadows that are cast behind them. Personally, I find myself drawn to the darkness, to the impenetrable. That is my proper atmosphere. The exhibition newspaper has been added to the court record. Why isn't the court record? Shadows cast behind. Is that a metaphorical way of referring to the back page of the paper? Sure, why not? Take a look. It's metaphorical. First test of matter transport device. Every article on the front page is news about the Great Exhibition. Public experiments demonstrate brand new scientific ideas, cultural exhibits from around the globe. It's also positive and hopeful about the coming century. We must all go to see it properly before too long. She said nothing. 10 pages, 1 penny. What's on the back? The Reaper attacked. What? What is this? So many glowing reports about the Great Exhibition and everything that's going on there. Other than this rather gloomy looking one, that is. Wait, what? What's the matter, Luna? There's a lost cat! No. Lord Von Zeeks and compatriot cornered. The Reaper attacked. That's Lord Von Zeeks! This must be what Mr. Scholes was talking about. Does he know any more, I wonder? Ruffians aimed to intimidate a man of justice. Lord Von Zeeks and compatriot cornered. Lost cat. Apparently they're both swordsmen right there. Okay, it was just something about King Charles VIII over there. Not Charles. Christian? King Christian? Alright. That's enough of that. The thing in the shadows, the Reaper's attack. Okay, your gloomy mood. Are you investigating a particularly tricky case at the moment, Mr. Sholmes? You could say that, I suppose. Nothing more to add? That's not like you. What sort of case is it? Shh! Quiet, Mr. Naruhodo. We must not discuss it here. You never know who might be listening. You're acting very strangely, Howie. What do you mean, Iris? Well, usually, the more mysterious and complicated cases, the better Howie's mood. Oh! Is it really a case that's bothering you? Iris, please, you mustn't exercise your astute powers of observation and deduction on me without invitation. There's a thing called consent. Remember what I always say, put yourself in the shoes of the individual about whom you're making deductions. He never does that! You say that, do you? You, Mr. Sholmes? Never mind. Once I've had a cup of tea, I must make my way at once to the crime scene. That was a deep sigh. Alright, Reaper attack. It says in the paper that Lord Von Zeeks was attacked. That's terrible! You know the legend of the Reaper of the Bailey, of course, don't you? Only too well, in fact. Yes, Prosecutor Barak Von Zeeks. You know how weird it is to recap a thing you just did? Every time? It's like freaking, I forgot the name of the game right. Oh, Alan Wake, where they recapped what you just did, like, in the next thing in the game. It was so weird. It's so weird doing this. You're playing the game. It wasn't a previous game. It was the last case. They say that if the Reaper is the prosecutor in a case, there's no salvation for whoever's in the dock. Even if the defendant is found not guilty. Once the Reaper has someone in his sights, one way or another, that person's time left on this earth will be short. Unless you're a cat guy. London's finest rogues always find ways around the law. They'll stop at nothing to secure an acquittal at trial. Falsifying evidence, paying sham witnesses, threatening jurors, bribing judges. But even such devious tactics as these cannot save them from the hand of the Reaper. I lost the voice for a second. As you've experienced yourself, haven't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I've seen the Reaper's retribution at work. Many of these criminal rogues are reckless and quite unafraid to die. If a leader among their fraternity is seen to have been taken by the Reaper, retaliation like this does occur. Really, the capital has a never-ending supply of such scoundrels. So, do you mean Lord Von Zeeks has been attacked like this before? This isn't the first time? He's quite an accomplished combatant, you know. He doesn't take these attacks lying down. Although, it seems that his assailants were armed with guns this time. Oh my goodness! Is he alright then? Is Lord Von Zeeks hurt? My dear fellow, how on earth would I know? Well, in the article here it says, as to what of Lord Von Zeeks in his condition, I will be revealed in tomorrow's morning edition. Ah, I see. Well, we shall have to be patient then. No! I can't wait until tomorrow! In that case, you shall have to inquire with somebody in the know. But who? Strongheart. Lord Strongheart, perhaps. Yeah? Well, I must be leaving now. Yes, understood. See you later, Mr. Sholmes. Ha! You really are a shameless liar sometimes, my dear fellow. What? You seek to put me off my guard and follow me, don't you? Or you would be wasting your time. The thought hadn't crossed my mind, but now I'm wondering where you're going. Well then, see you later indeed. Okay. Listen to him, he's still laughing on his way out of the door. What the hell, that's her out gear? I like that, Uno. Let's get going. Oh, Iris, what are you wearing? It's her Sholmes suit. I got changed to go to a great exhibition. You're going to take me. And you don't have a choice. I have a gun. What? But I was just about to go to the Supreme Court. Oh, well that sounds fun too. You're going to take me there then. Because I got a gun. Alright, fine. Just, lower that weapon, would you? Not up my balls. Of course. And at the Supreme Court, then we'll go to the great exhibition. Okay. Alright. This is what I wanted. Assistant Iris. The location has been added. Although, of course, we want, his girlfriend to come back? Okay, my lodging knob is located in the attic above the suite. Rooms rented by Mr. Sholmes. I call it a consultancy, but clients aren't exactly beating down the door. It's been 6 months now, hasn't it? Since Susie went back to Japan? What shall I make for breakfast tomorrow? Why don't I surprise you, Una? The home and office of the world-famous great detective and his young companion Iris. It seems people from all over the globe come to engage his consulting detective services. Can I even go here? No, I can't. I can. Okay. I'm not doing anything. I just went over here. Is there anything to talk about here? Oh, it's just what to do. Alright, let's just go. Actually, really quick, is there anything here that matters? No. The office of Lord Chief Justice Strongheart in Britain's great capital city, London. Its grand stone architecture and the echoey tick of the vast cogwheels lent it an air of authority. I think a visit to this place could be a good idea. Dude ain't here. God, I feel like he would go deaf from that gong and everything. The 2nd October, British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. It's been about 6 months now since I was last here. But some things never change, like the sense of foreboding I always seem to feel in this place. How cute. It doesn't seem to be bothering Iris at all, though. She's happily reading over there. Oh, I love this place. I always find so many interesting books here. Of course, I was forgetting that you've been here before. The time we came here 6 months ago. When Sasato-san was given the news that she was to return to Japan. Okay, what was the voice for this effing guy? Don't remember, so it's just a big, strong voice. Ah, I understand you wish to speak with me. Oh, Lord Strongheart. I trust you've been keeping well? Let's see. Since you've arrived and requested an audience, it's been 4 hours, 32 minutes, and 26 seconds. I've kept you waiting for a while. My apologies. Oh no, not at all. I like nothing more than standing around staring into space. Good to know. Good to know that doesn't appear to be bothering him at all. Male Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of London. He's the man who allowed me to start practicing as a defense lawyer when I arrived in Britain as a student. You need only savor the air for a moment in this grand office to understand his preeminent status. As you will be aware, the Great Exhibition of London is now underway at last. We're extremely busy as a result, policing the grounds, guarding the new technologies, dealing with petty crime. And furthermore, as of next month, we shall open the International Forensic Science Symposium. Oh, I've not heard about that one. Investigating authorities from 40 countries around the globe will be taking part, including from your own land. That's when she's going to come back in Case 4. Forensic science is the future. The world must embrace it. As we're the hosting nation, I have much to do. And it is my highest priority. If others must wait for my attention as a result, so be it. Well, it's nice to know where I stand. So, you wish to consult with me? Of course, I can very well imagine what this is about. Thank you for agreeing to this meeting, my lord. I want to be allowed to start working as a defense lawyer again in court. That's what brought me here today. But actually, there's something else playing on my mind as it happens. Well now, just take a deep breath and come out with it. Alright, good nurse. Permission to work. I actually came here today to ask for your permission. Go on. 6 months ago, my right to work in court as a lawyer was revoked and I was told to spend my time studying. Obviously, I'm very sorry for what happened. But the thing is, it made me understand what it really means to defend somebody under the rules of a foreign justice system. And I desperately want to have another go. Please, permit me to enter the courtroom again. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? Here it comes. I'm sure you haven't forgotten your position here, have you? At best, you are a substitute for your compatriot. This was never your intended role. Well, that's true. The Japanese government actually sent my best friend on this study tour, not me. It should have been Kazuma. He was so determined to bring change to our own justice system at home. That was his calling. If that tragic accident hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here in this office now. Mr. Soga is my best friend, you see. That's why I can't leave it unfinished. I have to fulfill his calling for him. His calling, you say? Has it never occurred to you that perhaps you know nothing of his true calling? Sorry? The mission with which that young law student was charged. What do you suppose it really was? What do you mean? Mission? He's not making any sense. Never mind. I've read all the reports you submitted over the past 6 months. It's clear to me that you regret your actions and have been studiously obeying your revised instructions. Do you mean... As of this moment, I reinstate your license to practice law here in Great Britain. Thank you so much! That's wonderful news, Warner! In fact, I believe I have the perfect case to mark out comeback. A curious affair? You'll consider it, I hope? Of course! Please tell me more. A curious affair. Let's do the... We'll do symposium after. You described it as a curious affair? Yes, that's right. I believe it was reported in the press. Are you aware that there was a serious accident at the Great Exhibition yesterday? Oh, no. Yes, I read about it. A professor from Germany tried to carry out a crazy experiment. He was a German? Let me see. How was it described? Super high voltage, instantaneous kinesis, I think? Instantaneous kinesis? As in, moving things with a click of the fingers? That's right. It's just what my horrible ones need. A dash of devil may care. Whatever this serious accident was exactly, it's clearly captured Iris's imagination. It's an unfortunate business. A large explosion engulfed the public experimentation stage, and a man lost his life. A certain Mr. Odie Osmond. Odie Osmond? Odie Osmond. Is this supposed to be like Ozymandias? Like, what are they going with this? Mr. Odie Osmond. Odie Osmond. I'm gonna need someone to explain that joke to me. An investor and a well-known figure in society. A large explosion? A man died? The man responsible for the experiment was Professor Albert Harebrain. Oh, that's an easy one. He was detained immediately after the incident, and is due to appear in court tomorrow. On the charge of murder. What? Murder? If you intend to take on his defense, you should hurry to meet with him at the prison. There is very little time left for you to carry out any kind of investigation. The Great Exhibition, a scientific experiment gone wrong, and murder. I feel out of my depth before I've even started. Still. We should go to a prison right away then, and try to meet with this German professor. Don't you think? Definitely! Ah yes, one more thing about the case. There's a connection with our mutual acquaintance, the Reaper. Oh, with Lord Von Zeeks? How? Alright, well, we're not asking it here, apparently. Well, forgetting that, what about Forensic Science Symposium? All sorts of conferences have been taking place around the world to coincide with the Great Exhibition. And next month, the largest and most important of them all will take place at last. The International Forensic Science Symposium. It does seem as though criminal investigation needs to embrace scientific methods, doesn't it? Exactly. Ah! London, the global epicenter of culture, science, and wealth, now has a population exceeding 6 million. 6 million? That's it? Alright. Alright. That ain't a big number. It's always weird how populous America is when you think about it. Sadly, crime in the capital is growing at a similarly startling rate. So it's imperative that we use the latest scientific methods to investigate and resolve cases as efficiently as possible. Which is what's known as forensic science, isn't it? Exactly. The future of policing. Huh. Regrettably, however, Britain is currently dragging its feet when it comes to the adoption of forensic methods. Oh dear, that's alarming. You think they'd be at the front. Exactly. It's extremely alarming. Huh! Oh my god, Iris! I know she's a child, but still. If I were Her Majesty's Attorney General, you can be sure the numbers of crimes committed and resolved in London would be very different to the current figures. And I can cite 12 solid arguments and 223 individual reasons to support my claim. Sorry? By way of apology for keeping you waiting earlier, I shall detail everyone now. What? Oh, how fascinating. It all began 15 years ago. I was... Okay. How clever. Have you ever had that happen? Where someone just keeps going and going, and you're forced to pay attention, and your brain just goes like, I've done it. I've done this. Not zone out, but just go like, oh my god, everything's bleeding together. And that more or less sums up my feelings on the matter, in the simplest of terms, of course. Essentially, to formally establish a forensic investigation division within Scotland Yard. That is my mission. Oh, right, yes. That's wonderful. Exactly. Wonderful is precisely what it will be. Iris isn't paying attention at all. She's got her nose in another book now. She's like, I'm gonna go just weed. Oh, is it over? Did you learn anything useful? I actually drifted off for the most part. He's surprisingly ardent about forensic science. Oh, that's it? Alright. Alright. Examine it really quick. Is that really it? I figured there was more to say about Von Zieks up in here. Oh, present the newspaper. Yeah, this. Oh, more to read. The Reaper attacked. It's the kingpins of the criminal underworld generally managing to escape conviction in the Reaper's trials. And this isn't the first time their henchmen have tried to attack Lord Von Zieks as a result, by the sound of it. It makes you think, if that's how the justice system works in London, then there must be dark forces at work. Oh, that reminds me. Have you seen this? The reports of the overwhelming success of the Great Exhibition? Of course. No, not that. The story on the back page. What story? The Reaper attacked? Ah, that. You've enjoyed some victories in court against my #1 prosecutor, have you not? Oh, Mr. Reaper, what happened to him? He wasn't killed, was he? There's no need for concern. Lord Von Zieks would not be so easily dispatched, I assure you. Can you tell us what happened? I'd really love to know. Very well. If it interests you, it does, strangely. There it is, Von Zieks' condition. Fortunately, Lord Von Zieks emerged from the attack unscathed. You ruffians are no match for that man. He's a very capable fighter. But that's incredible! They were armed with guns! Why was he attacked, though? Do we know? It's related to events that occurred a month ago. A leader of one of the capital's criminal organizations was indicted and prosecuted by Von Zeeks. But the man was acquitted. I have no doubt large sums of money were involved behind the scenes. Large sums of money? But the man never loses. A deplorable situation. Members of the jury were bribed, it seems. However, despite winning his freedom, the man in question met a dramatic end yesterday. But you're not suggesting that was the work of the Reaper, surely? The victim's henchman certainly seemed to think so. He was a man by the name of Osman, Mr. Odie Osman. Oh, there it is. I was gonna think, like, so the guy was like, the guy who got murdered was probably corrupt, wasn't he? Yeah, there it is. Odie Osman. Odie Osman? Odie Osman? It's making me think of, like, Ozymandias. I'm like, oh. Mr. Odiasman. Odie as a man. I don't know. Try Japanesing this. Odie Asman. No, I got nothing. Did you say Asman? That's the man who died in the big explosion at the Great Exhibition. Yes, known publicly as an investor, but in reality, the head of a significant criminal organization. Unbelievable. I wonder, could I ask you something, Lord Strongheart? Try me. Why do you use Lord Von Zeeks as a prosecutor? All the criminals who manage to get off in court then meet with mysterious ends outside the courtroom. And fearful of that fate, they seek to strike at Lord Von Zeeks first. I know there's no evidence that he actually is the Reaper in that sense, but still, something's clearly going on here. I have Von Zeeks work for the prosecution service for 2 reasons. Firstly, the man is the best prosecutor in the capital, bar none. And secondly, any deaths of criminals that have occurred outside the courtroom following his trials are nothing to do with him. But that doesn't make sense! I can't explain the way so many have died if not by someone's hand. Von Zeeks may have earned himself the moniker of the Reaper, but he is no killer. So he will continue to prosecute on behalf of the Crown. Unless he wishes otherwise, of course. Okay. Well, I must be leaving for my next engagement. I'm already 11 hours and 16 minutes late. My colleagues may be starting to fidget. Oh my god! 11 hours late? That's quite something. That meeting had already started when I arrived back here for this engagement with you. So lateness was inevitable. Time stops for no man. I'm sure it stopped for me during those 12 solid arguments and 223 reasons. It's interesting to have this guy be so punctual and then not be punctual. That's so weird. Like, I guess that just shows how busy he is, also how much he cares about the subject, that he's willing to be late. Oh yes, where would I find Lord Von Zeeks now? In hell. I would assume he's at his office. Right, I'll go and ask him about the attack in person. I want to get this straight from the horse's mouth. Away with you now. I'm leaving Professor Hairbrain's defense entirely in your hands. I've never seen this motion before. Of course, yes. Thank you very much, my lord. Get the fudge out. Moving on. A new location has been added. What a fun place. Oh, I just wet that big quack apart, you know. Jesus. Prison! The prison cell where the defendant, Professor Hairbrain, is being held. The contrast with the Great Exhibition grounds makes the darkness in the here seem all more oppressive. Talk to him next episode. We're already at 40 minutes. Jesus. Private office of Lord Barak Von Zeeks within the prosecutor's office building. You haven't been to this place yet. Don't forget to take me with you when you go. We'll do prison next episode. Let's at least do This is probably a good 20 minutes. Let's do one Zeke's. Let's do it. Let's do it. Unless he's not there. Then we do prison first. 22nd of October. Prosecutor's office. Oh, so he's watching their Weeper's office. Yes, it appears so. Ah, it sends a chill down your spine, doesn't it? What an amazingly deathly atmosphere. Oh, is that? That hooded figure was so still I hadn't noticed his or her presence. I wonder who it is. Do we assume it's Von Zeeks or not? Let's just assume it's Von Zeeks for now. Because we know there's another person we'll see. What are you doing here? Ah! Yeah, it was Von Zeeks. He's as unwelcoming as I thought he'd be. Actually, maybe even more so. Oh, I'm glad to see you're well. I am. So, who's the person over by the wall being punished for something or other? No punishment is taking place here. Oh. Oh. That's my apprentice. He's sitting there of his own free will. I didn't know you had an apprentice. I swear if it's a Von Karma. It must be the same person who was pictured in the newspaper. Swear to God if he's anyone from Assassin's Creed. He's very able in combat. A requisite skill for anyone under my tutelage. Are you referring to the attack on the Reaper that was reported in the papers? The attack on you mean the attack on him? The Reaper? I'd be interested to know the Reaper's true identity myself. Assuming that is such a fabled fiend generally inhabits our great courtrooms. He's the Reaper, though. Why are we wording it like that? He's the Reaper. Like questions of One Piece, isn't there? Over here. Okay. Let's look at them. It really looks like a punishment to me. I've never seen someone sit like that before. He hasn't moved a muscle since we arrived. You think perhaps he's dead? If he was dead, Bruno, he wouldn't be sitting up, would he? Rigor mortis. Well, anyway, dead or alive, he's not overly approachable, is he? I don't think he's going to talk to us. He's not dead. He's not dead. Person. That portrait really dominates the room, doesn't it? It's a very majestic outfit and pose, but sadly, whoever painted it didn't do a very good job of capturing Lord Von Zeek's facial features. Look, that is my father. Yes, you're right. I mean, it's not far off, but the artist has exaggerated his subject's handsomeness, I think. That reminds me. I heard Emperor Napoleon of France ordered artists to make him look more attractive when they painted him. How vain! That's really not an attractive quality in a person, is it? That portrait does not depict me. Surely that's immediately obvious. Oh, then who is it? Okay, thanks for not answering that question. Oh, what? It's a scale model, the Great Exhibition showgrounds. It's Disneyland. That's amazing. I wonder why it's here. Perhaps he made it take his mind off the sadness of being too busy to attend in person? Or perhaps he's too embarrassed to queue up for a ticket? Surely it's obvious that I'm using it as an investigative aid. Huh! You Nipponese have no business painting others as overly reserved. Ugh, I really didn't think he'd be overhear that. A gramophone. Lord Von Zeek's desk, look, it's so stylish. And that's a marble chess set beside it. Chess. That's the Western version of Japanese shogi game, isn't it? You know, I'm actually quite good at shogi problems. Oh, really? You'd probably like chess problems in that case. I'd love to challenge Lord Von Zeek sometime. About his shogi problems. If you only really want to challenge yourself, you can always do that on your own at home. Shogi is pretty interesting. Like, it is very much just like chess with a couple differences. But the difference is that in chess, pro games go to like, what, 40 turns max? Maybe like 40, 50? That's the most you can do. In Shogi, you can do a couple hundred turns. Shogi is a game that does not end. It takes time. The pros can go for hours. It's crazy. Like, pro chess goes for hours too, but they do a lot more thinking for their moves. Well, Shogi does too, but it can be a lot of moves. There's only so far you can go in chess, while Shogi can go like nigh infinite. Look at the fine collection of hollow chalices and bottles neatly lined up there. He has so many and they get broken so easily. My hollowed bottles are filled with the essence of the finest grapes from the finest vineyards I visit. And I personally oversee these chalices being made by the finest crystal craftsmen in the world. And yet you throw them around in court like they were worthless. Yes, because this imbecile is so unimaginably and repeatedly wide of the mark sometimes. Oh! Before you open your mouth next time, you should consider the poor artisans whose work you defile. Hey, they getting paid. So it's my fault? Silly me, how could I have ever thought otherwise? Are you mocking me? I have a sword here. Okay. I think that's all these thingies. Bats! Alright. Holy crap, okay. Ah! They were bats! Yes, the whip is familiar as I expect. But what about the mute man in the dark cloak? I thought he was the familiar. It's not the flying kind. He must be a dear friend of Mr. Weeper, then. I think the familiar idea is more likely. Scary, though, either way. He's like, what the hell are you talking about? Alright, that's it. Alright, let's go and talk to him now. Converse. Last night's attack. Lord Strong said that the assault last night was some sort of revenge attack? True. Carried out by henchmen of Odiasman's criminal organization. The investigation meant the arrests were imminent. Presumably, some hoped to kill me before that happened. Odiasman. Name. He's always masqueraded as one of London's most powerful financiers. A global investor. But his enormous wealth came to him by underhanded means, via his criminal activities. And he used that money to buy himself a verdict of not guilty when he found himself in court, didn't he? Being prosecuted by you, Mr. Weeper. But the man got his comeuppance in the end. Yesterday, in fact, in extraordinary circumstances. It was a most unusual cause of death. I know about that. It was super high voltage and instantaneous kinesis gone wrong. Mr. Asman died when the demonstration on the public experimentation stage ended in an enormous explosion. Correct. You think I have some kind of divine ability to cause an accident like that to happen, do you? Well, no, that does seem a little far-fetched. If this man really is the fabled Reaper, then he has to be innocent of this particular death at least. It was the one he actually is guilty. It's strange how this has been worked out, hasn't it? Bueno. I mean, what with you taking on the professor's defense for the trial tomorrow? What? You're going to be defending him? Yeah, like anytime we go to court, we're taking him on. Oh yes, that's right. Well, I barely know the man's name yet, to be honest. Albert Hairbrain. That's right. Do you know him by any chance? Of course. He's a contemporary of mine. We were at university together. You're... what? Contemporary? I'd understand that Professor Hairbrain was from Germany, though. Hairbrains from a respectable British family. After graduation from the University of London, he moved to Germany to carry out research. That's all. So you were students together. I was in the Faculty of Law, of course, and he is in Science. So our paths rarely crossed. But curiously, we got along, though I've not met him since my university days. I certainly didn't expect our next encounter to take this form. And with you, of all people, representing him. Only if I'd make it out of this office alive. He's actually been charged with murder, it seems. Yes, I know, because the prosecution will be handled by me. By you? This is clearly conflict of interest. But you made it sound as if you and the professor had been friends. We are friends, it's true. Then why would you do this? If the Weeper is a prosecutor, there's nothing anyone can do to save him. He's doomed. What's Lord Von Zeke's thinking? Well, he's not a defense attorney. The Reaper's identity. What do you mean by what you said before? If you'd like to know the Reaper's true identity, does that mean... I'm a crown prosecutor and a mortal like any other. I'm no demigod. But they've all died, haven't they? The people you prosecuted, I mean? Whether or not the trial ended in a conviction or an acquittal. Those I prosecute are the vilest wretches of our society. People who, without question, deserve to be found guilty. The world is a better place without them. But that's not true, Mr. Natsume, for example. He wasn't a vile wretch at all. No, it was Guinea, in fact. She's ever so hardworking now. I can't deny that since I encountered you, things have taken a turn. But the point is this. If any of those vile wretches that escaped justice subsequently died in mysterious circumstances, it was at the hand of their own kind. It's not my work. Lord Strongheart said the same. He believes you're not involved in any way. But you were attacked by those ruffians because they believe it's true. The fact is, since people started to call me the Reaper of the Bailey, the number of serious crimes in the capital has dropped substantially. Oh, so he's All Might. Okay. Oh! It would appear that even the most hardened criminals can be made fearful for their lives. Do you mean to say... I mean to say that if my pseudonym serves a useful purpose, I adopt it gladly and with honor. But it's putting you in danger. You could be killed. If that is my fate, let God decide. Lord Von Zeeks. Alright. I figure we present this. Lord Von Zeeks, about the article in this paper. Ah yes, it seems there was a reporter nearby when that little skirmish took place. I had no idea I'd been photographed. It was careless of me. Altamont Gas Company was on the newspaper. It looks as though it was taken after the people who attacked you had run away, though. Rest assured, the police have already apprehended every last one of them. But there's someone else fighting alongside you, it seems. That guy. I think it's the same man who's sitting over there as we speak, isn't it? As I mentioned already, he's my apprentice. Perhaps you could tell us a little more about him? There you go, and then after this we'll be done. Your apprentice. He's in my tutelage to become a prosecutor. So you could say he's my apprentice, I suppose. Like you are to hurry then, Bruno. I don't remember taking an apprenticeship with a great detective. I can only assume we're going to take this guy on as a prosecutor opponent if we have to defend Von Zeeks in the next case. is currently compiling a report about last night's attack. It looks like he's wearing some kind of mask. On Lord Strongheart's orders. Nobody knows the man's face, or indeed his identity. But why would you agree to take on such a clearly suspicious individual? Lord Strongheart's orders again. He's not one for meaningless follies. There will be a good reason for his actions. I hope you're right. Guy! Ah! The task is complete? Good. In that case, you can collate all the briefs. I think it'd be funny if it was just Sholmes in disguise, right? Nice to meet you? It would be funny if it's Sholmes in disguise. But why would he be all the way over here, right? Back to work again. That was really strange, though. I never met the man before. I didn't even know he existed, and yet... somehow it didn't feel like our first encounter. Okay, so it's probably Sholmes. Don't bother trying to converse with him. He says nothing to anybody from outside his office. This office. Lord Strongheart has strictly forbidden it. Oh, I see. Why are you so interested in my apprentice anyway? Oh no, I mean... sorry, I didn't mean to... The way he stood there so casually, yet with that flawless posture. It couldn't be. Yes. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Oh? What's that? That Nipponese man, is he faring well? Sorry? The one arrested twice in succession 6 months ago. With the stoop, and the mustache, and the jitters. Ah, Mr. Natsumi, you mean? I'm not sure he'd be very pleased to find out you identified him from that wrist wound, huh? He's fine, thank you. In fact, I received a letter from him by international post only the other day. I see. Well, I think we can end our discussion there, don't you? There's little time left before tomorrow's trial. I advise you to spend it investigating the case. Yes, thank you for the advice. And for the conversation. I can't believe he's asking after Saseki-san after a Nipponese. I'm not sure whether to feel happy about that or worried. He's like, I was hoping he would be killed. I never imagined Mr. Weeper would be friends with a mad scientist, did you? That's a turn up for the books. A mad scientist? Oh, you mean Professor Harebrain? Yes, it might be worth quizzing the professor about his relationship with Lord Von Zeeks, I think. Bye. I guess, yeah, we're done here. Alright. That's for now. That's it for now. Saving. Well, I have fun up here from watching. That's what's up, Bassett. Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time. I'm gonna go have me a stretch.